Well, I thought this was a great idea. So today we're gonna make this with pork chops and we're gonna do the onions. I'm not gonna add mushrooms because I don't care that much for mushrooms. So let's get started. So you're gonna need pork chops. I'm using thick cut pork chops. I'm only using 2. You can use more if you need more. You're gonna need a can of cream of chicken and mushroom, or you can use just regular cream of chicken if you want. A packet of chicken gravy, and we're also gonna be having mashed potatoes and green beans with our meal. So heat up your pan. I like to put a little bit of olive oil and a little bit of butter. I like the olive oil for the heat and the butter for the flavor. And start your potatoes. Our pan is hot, so we're gonna brown our pork chops on both sides. I'm gonna start the onions also. You can season the pork chops with whatever you like. I'm not going to season it with salt, just because the soup and the gravy have plenty of salt. So I'm going to use pepper and a little minced onion. It already smells amazing. So at this point, we're not cooking the pork chops all the way through because we're going to be adding them back into the gravy to finish cooking. So we're just going to brown them on both sides and then remove them. Alright, so it's been a few minutes. We're going to flip our pork chops. You want your pan hot enough so that you can hear that sizzle. And that's what you're going for. You want to see some of that brown on there. That's what seals in all the delicious flavors. So now we're going to let them go for a few minutes on this next side. Alright, so now we have them browned on both sides and we're going to remove them. And yes, I know they are not done cooking. They are not done. Y'all came after me in the comments about those hamburger steaks not being cooked all the way. We are going to put them back in when we get the gravy going. So I'm going to turn the heat down a little bit here. I'm going to put in my can of soup. I'm using cream of chicken and mushroom again. You can use whatever you want. I'm going to put in 1 can of water. And we're also going to put in our packet of chicken gravy. We're going to mix that up. Do you guys have one of these little whiskers from Pampered Chef? I absolutely love mine. I use the chops back in the gravy. I'm going to cover it and let them simmer. These are going to need to simmer quite a while to cook, probably a half hour or so. If you get thin cut, you can make yours a lot faster. All right, our pork chops are done. I just checked their temperature, so we're just going to let them simmer away while we finish the rest of our meal. Our potatoes are done. They are fork tender, so we're going to drain and mash them. I always use a stainless steel pot so I can mash my potatoes right in my pot. So we're going to add some butter and some milk. Salt and pepper. And we're just going to mash these. And there it is. Yum.